Well, hello, Scott Powell from Smail Mercedes-Benz in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, here to do a brief overview video on one of Mercedes-Benz's most storied and desirable vehicles. This is the new 2021 G550. The G-Wagon, as sometimes it's called, is one of those iconic vehicles. Why is it iconic? Well, look at the shape of it. It is squared off. It almost looks like a military vehicle. Well, there's a reason it has that military look to it, and that's because that's how it originally started. The genesis of this vehicle goes back nearly half a century, back in the days when the Shah of Iran was a major stakeholder in Daimler-Benz. He owned nearly 5% of the company and wanted a paramilitary vehicle built for his army. Well, this is what they came up with. That wasn't nearly as pretty as this, a lot more utilitarian, but this is where this vehicle began. It weighs almost 7,000 pounds gross weight. Actual curb weight's around 5,500, so it's extremely heavy. And the way this car is designed, with the amount of wax in the chassis, the reason this car costs so much is because you could buy one of these cars, and if you maintained it properly, you would never need to replace it. Let's start at the front of the G550. Notice the way this car is designed. It is very square. The front end is completely flat. The grille guard here is a standard feature. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. And notice the way the turn signals are mounted on top of the vehicle. There's LED lamps in there, so they shine very brightly and they're very prominent. Even the star right here on the front of the grille says Mercedes-Benz all the way through. Now notice the color of the G550. This is a special color called Dizino Night Black Magno. Magno is a term that Mercedes-Benz uses for any of their matte finish paints. This car does not have a shine to it. It has a sheen. There is a deep black paint on there, but it has a matte finish clear coat on top. What that clear coat does is it gives it that matte, silky, smooth look. Now, most places you go, the G-Wagon is going to be really a boulevard cruiser, but it does have extreme off-road capabilities. You can find some videos on YouTube of people doing crazy things with the G-Wagon. It has the locking differentials, and it's the only vehicle we made that has a full-size spare tire mounted on the back. Why do we put it there? Well, that's where it belongs. But even look at the taillights down here. They're low and tucked in. That way they stay out of the way, and there's less opportunity for damage without the car. And the low slung rear bumper and the trailer hitch, of course. Have a look inside. On all of our other cars, Mercedes-Benz makes the pull door handle. These are different on the G-Wagon. It's the only one that has a push button, and it's because of the locks in this car are completely different. Listen to the sound of this. Plenty of room back there, but look at these hinges. Look how heavy these hinges are. The reason, and just this door itself is very heavy, is to keep them closed. And this car has what I like to call the bank vault sound on all five of the doors. Give it a little slam like this. Does that sound heavy or what? Built like a tank? Almost. But still outfitted like a luxury vehicle. Plenty of room here in the back seat. Love the way those doors sound. I'm going to put this headrest up out of the way so I have a little bit more room. I'm 5'10", 165. Plenty of room back here and very comfortable. Well, we hop inside. You got to stand up just a little bit on the running board. Inside we go. Love this interior color. It is called Porcelain White. We have a beautiful leather-wrapped steering wheel. Of course, it is a Mercedes-Benz, so you've got the most wonderful luxury accoutrements. One of the striking features of this car is the trim that was put in. This is called metal weave. It's around here, over top of the cup holders, and in the door panels. Absolutely beautiful trim on the car. Turn it on. Of course, you have navigation, satellite radio, everything you would expect. Your door, the window switches are up here, heated and ventilated seats, memory seats. All of your controls are right at your fingertips. Intelligent cruise control, all of it. These switches here are for the locking differentials. Like I said, usually these cars are boulevard cruisers, but there's no reason why you can't take a deep, deep, deep into the woods. And you really can't appreciate it right now in daylight in the showroom, but it does have 64 colors of ambient lighting. So if you are unhappy with the blue that's on right now, well, what about pink? You can do pink, red. There's greens available. Oranges and buff, and plain old white. G-Wagons have always been a little bit hard to get just because of availability. They only make so many of them. They make them in a special factory at the foot of Mount Schockel in Austria. But recently you may have heard that because of the chip supply issue, they weren't making the 416 horsepower V8 anymore. Well, that's come to an end. We're starting to build the V8 again, and the order banks are open. The easiest way to get a G-Class? Order the car exactly the way you like it. Come see us at Smail Mercedes-Benz in Greensburg, right on Route 30. Or check us out online at smailmercedesbenz.com.